The room around you is dim, quiet, familiar. The kind of quiet that doesn't feel empty, but safe, like the air has settled into its own warm stillness, waiting for you to settle with it. A soft glow spills from a CRT television in the corner, the faint hum of its curved glass screen filling the space with a low, velvety note. It's the kind of sound you don't hear as much as feel, somewhere behind your ribs, like a fading memory from long ago. Dust floats lazily in the air, catching the TV's glow in gentle flecks. The carpet under you is warm from your body heat, and the plastic of the controller fits your hands like it used to, like it was shaped from old habits and quiet nights. Your thumb rests against the smooth top of the joystick, that familiar circular dip worn just slightly over years of turning, running, jumping, exploring. You're not playing yet. You're just holding the controller, breathing, letting the hum of the machine settle into your thoughts. The Nintendo 64 rests beneath the TV, its small red light glowing, steadily calm, constant, not flashing, not competing, just glowing the way a single ember glows when a campfire is almost gone. The cartridge inside sits firmly in place. The front label is bright and soft all at once, the colours of the world you're about to step into waiting politely, patiently. You press the power switch. The room brightens with a soft rush of colour, that iconic warm chime filling the air like someone gently opening a music box. No harshness, no sudden shock, just the smooth swell of a memory unfolding. A simple logo, a soft fade, and then Mario's face rotates slowly on the title screen, smiling as if he knows you, as if he's been asleep too, waiting for you to wake him. The background is a calm blue, deeper around the edges, lighter near the center. The colors look warm, like they're glowing faintly from within the screen rather than being projected from it. Your eyes blink slowly. Your breaths soften. You're not tired, exactly, just loose, comfortable, already drifting in the same direction the screen gently pulls you. You press start. The world opens. A bright sky, a simple field, the sound of birds in the distance, crisp and small. Peach's warm voice, floating overhead in a letter that's more feeling than words. Then a quiet whoosh, a flash of shadow, and the soft landing of Mario himself, stepping out of the warp pipe, curious, cheerful, ready. Except it doesn't feel like you're watching him. Not entirely. It feels like you're standing near him, or inside him, or beside him, like you're sharing the same gentle breath of warm air rolling over the grass. You can feel the contours of his gloves even though you're still holding the controller. You can feel the weight of the hat even though it isn't on your head. You can feel the slight bounce in his stance, that easy readiness for adventure. Not fully you, not fully him, somewhere in between. You take a slow breath and feel your chest rise the way his does on the screen. Just a little, barely noticeable, a soft echo. You press forward, Mario moves, and for a brief flicker, it feels like your feet moved first. You step into the field. The grass below is bright and simple, blades shifting in a breeze that looks too gentle to be real, and yet, somehow, more real because of it. It's not complicated grass, not high-res, not sharp, but your mind fills in the softness, the texture, the warm smell of sun on greenery. The moat reflects the castle walls in gentle ripples, sunlight dancing across its surface. You cross the wooden bridge. The planks creak just faintly beneath your weight. The controller vibrates softly, though you know it doesn't have rumble, and yet your hands feel something anyway. A memory of a sensation that your mind translates as real. You push the doors open. The castle's interior is cool in a way you can almost feel against your skin. The soft echo of Mario's steps rest inside your ears like you're standing right there. The stained glass above you diffuses colour down the walls, reds and golds scattered across stone like a memory spilled across time. You breathe in, a slow inhale. The castle smells clean and soft, faintly dusty, faintly stone-like, faintly familiar. You can't remember ever smelling it before, and yet the scent feels like the exact scent it should have had. You drift through the grand hall, your footsteps soft and relaxed. Mario's footsteps are yours, but also not yours. You feel like you're walking inside a dream of walking, a gentle replay of an experience your mind knows better than your body does. It doesn't feel like sleep, it feels like sinking, like easing downward into warm water, like letting the world slip its edges and round out, soften, breathe. You walk toward the first door on the left, where a simple wooden sign stands beside a small ramp. A soft breeze seems to drift past your ear, though there is no breeze in the castle, and you rest your hand on the wooden surface, sliding down a few feet. The warm wood hums gently beneath you. It's not the real slide yet, but you can feel it waiting for you. You return to the grand hall and turn toward the right hallway. The stone curves around like a familiar arm wrapping protectively across your shoulders. A single painting hangs at the end, bright with greens and browns, a mountain rising in the center, a cannon in the corner, bright red bob-ombs marching about. Bob-omb Battlefield. The painting shimmers as you approach. The colors ripple softly as if a gentle wind is touching the canvas. Your hand reaches out, gloved but not gloved. You can feel the canvas beneath your fingertips and also feel nothing at all, like touching a vivid memory rather than a surface. You lean forward and fall gently into the world. Grass meets your boots with a soft crunch. The sun warms your cap, soaking into the fabric until your forehead tingles with the heat. The sky is impossibly blue, no smog, no haze, just clear, open color, stretching forever. You stand still for a moment, letting the world stabilize around you. This time, there is no controller in your hand, no distant screen, just you, standing at the base of a hill, gentle wind tugging at your hat's brim. You flex your fingers. The gloves feel soft, perfectly fitted, warm from your hands. Your breath rises in your chest and falls in Mario's chest at the same time. The world is quiet, safe, peaceful. Even the chain chomp's rattling feels friendly somehow, more like a dog warning passers-by than a threat. The Goombas bounce lazily, not rushing, not attacking, just drifting along their simple paths like dream creatures, wandering a safe, predictable loop. You walk forward, the ground tilts, rises, wraps around the mountain in easy curves. Each step carries a soft, springy feel, almost buoyant. The air smells faintly like warm dirt and sunlight. The breeze brushes against your cheek, cool and gentle, settling behind your ear like a whisper. You take your time. The world around you slows to match your pace. No urgency, no danger. Just the warm hum of adventure, half remembered, half dreamed. You climb higher, past the rolling balls that drift down the mountain like heavy marbles, past the bridges that sway just slightly underfoot, Past the laughing Bob-omb buddies who greet you with cheerful confidence, at the top, the king waits. Large, round, heavy with purpose, but not malice. His voice is low, rolling through the air like the rumble of a soft drum. Not threatening, just ceremonial, like reciting lines in a story both of you already know by heart. You bow slightly. He nods. The dance begins. You circle him slowly, boots tapping gently on the stone. Your gloves brush his surface smooth, warm, surprisingly soft. You grip, you lift, you spin. The world becomes a gentle swirl of blue and green and white. You release. He lands with a firm, respectful thud. The star appears. Soft, golden light glows around its edges, not harsh, but muted and warm, like the sparkle of a nightlight. It drifts toward you slowly, calmly, like it wants to make sure you're ready before it reaches your hands. You touch it. A warm buzz spreads through your palms. Not electric, not sharp, just soft warmth, like dipping your hands into sunlit water. You breathe out. It feels like the breath drifts upward into the star, carrying part of your dream into it. You close your eyes. When you open them again, you're already back in the castle. The transition isn't jarring. It feels like waking from a nap into another dream. The castle air is cool again, brushing your gloves like silk. The stained glass colours spill across the floor in soft pools. You walk not with Mario's determined bounce, but with your own quiet rhythm, softened by the dream. You drift past the doors, past the familiar corners, past the quiet rooms full of possibility. You approach the next painting, Whomp's fortress. Its blues and greys glow faintly in the hallway's dim light, like moonlit stone in a quiet, empty courtyard. The painting ripples gently as you come closer, the fortress inside breathing a slow, steady rhythm. You touch the canvas. Stone air cools your face instantly. You stand on a floating platform, the sky open around you like a bowl of deep blue glass. The wind brushes your cap, playful and light. Below, endless space dips into soft gradients of colour, purples, blues, warm greys, blending together in ways that don't exist in the waking world. You step forward, and the platform drifts with you, gentle as a cloud. You feel no fear, just buoyancy, softness, dream logic safety. The fortress walls rise from the fog like ancient ruins remembered by the world itself. You walk, you climb, you hop lightly from one ledge to the next, your body moving with effortless ease, as if dream physics are smoothing each motion before you even think to make it. A sleeping piranha plant snores softly, its petals opening and closing with the rhythm of deep, peaceful sleep. You pass it quietly, not wanting to disturb its warmth. Up the tower, the air grows warmer. The stone beneath your boots vibrates faintly, not from danger, but from expectation. The boss awaits at the top, heavy and tired, made of slabs of stone that have carried weight for too long. His voice echoes gently around the arena, not angry, just weary. You move with kindness, with patience, with gentle precision. 3 careful steps, 3 soft dodges, 3 small jumps. He falls, not violently like a wall finally resting, relieved to stop holding itself up. The star appears. You reach for it. Light gathers, and the world folds you softly back into the castle. The castle accepts you again, with open silence. The kind of silence that feels alive, soft, and knowing. It doesn't echo so sharply now. Instead, the sound of your footsteps blends naturally into the air, like the castle has heard them so many times before that it recognizes them as part of itself. Stained glass colors still glow across the floor, but they seem deeper now, richer, as though the light is warming up to you, letting you drift a little further into its memory. You walk slowly, breathing deeply. Every inhale feels smoother, every exhale slower. Your thoughts gently slipping into the rhythm of the castle's calm. Your hands, still gloved, swing at your sides in quiet, effortless arcs. You're not thinking about being Mario, not really. You're not thinking about being yourself either. The distinction is blurring softly, naturally, like two colors meeting in warm light. Your feet turn toward the left staircase before you consciously choose to go there. The movement is instinctive, almost muscle memory. You climb the steps at a dreamlike pace, the carpet muffling your steps into cotton-soft whispers. The hallway at the top feels narrower than the others, cozier, like a tucked-away corner of a childhood home. A room that exists only at night, only when the world is quiet. The door you're looking for glows faintly with soft gold from the windows inside it. The princess's secret slide. You push the door open without hesitation, and warm pastel light washes over you instantly. Peach's stained glass window fills the space with soft pinks and oranges, as though the sun itself is whispering through the glass. The air feels warmer here, holding a gentle, sugary scent like old birthday cake or warm vanilla. You step closer to the painting. The moment your gloved hand touches it, the floor tilts under your feet. Not sharply, not dangerously, just gently enough to pull you forward in a smooth glide. You slide. Wood rushes beneath you in long, warm streaks of golden brown. The tunnel curves around you like a ribbon, glowing along the edges with the light of a bright, endless morning. The rush of air wraps around your body but never chills. It simply moves with you, hugging your sides, smoothing your motion, carrying you deeper into the dream. You lean with the turns, your body responding automatically, Mario's instincts mixed with your own drifting awareness. The slide bends, draws downward, widens, tightens. Colors streak past you like warm brushstrokes. You aren't speeding toward anything. You're flowing, drifting, moving in the kind of slow-motion rush that only happens in dreams. When the slide opens into a wide chamber, your boots skim across polished wood, slowing naturally until you come to a gentle stop. A chest sits nearby, glowing faintly like it contains, not treasure, but warmth itself. You rest your hand on it. The wood hums, lightly, like a heartbeat. That warmth lingers in your chest long after you leave the room. When you step back into the hallway, the castle air feels different, softer, fainter, like you've moved deeper into the dream, and outside sounds can't quite reach you anymore. You wander back into the grand hall, but you move differently, now slower, heavier, but in a comforting way, like gravity has loosened around you and your steps sink deeper into the experience. Mario's stride is still there, but it's merging with your own. Short, buoyant steps, blending with your slower, tired ones, until you can't feel where one ends and the other begins. Your feet drift toward the watery painting, almost on their own. Jolly Roger Bay. The surface of the painting shimmers, with soft blues and gentle ripples of light. When you place your fingertips against the canvas, The world pulls you forward, not abruptly, but like you've been leaning into it for minutes and finally tipped over. Cool water surrounds you. Instantly, your body feels weightless, loose, floating. The water isn't cold. It's warm enough to lull your muscles into a deeper softness. Rays of underwater sunlight drift down in columns that sway like fabric, folding across your gloves, your overalls, your skin. Small schools of fish glide by lazily, their scales twinkling like tiny stars drifting through a slow-motion sky. You swim forward, your movements long and unhurried. Push, drift, glide. Each motion carries you twice as far as you expect, like the water is helping you along, guiding you deeper into the peaceful stillness. Underwater caves open like yawning mouths, but nothing inside is threatening. Everything is just quiet, shadowed, slow. The gentle hum of the environment vibrates in your ears, like the memory of ocean sounds playing from a distant sound machine. The eel watches you from its cave large, slow, unblinking. But it doesn't frighten you. Its movement is too lazy, too dreamy. It drifts out with unhurried calm, and when you swim past it, your body feels the faint ripple of its motion, like a soft wave touching your side. Sunlight breaks across the water's surface above you, and you glide upward through the shimmering barrier. Your head breaks into warm air, and droplets slide down your cap and gloves in delicate threads. The dock ahead holds a treasure chest, glowing with soft orange light. You pull yourself onto it slowly, water dripping from your boots. The star that appears feels almost like a memory you've found again rather than something newly earned. Back in the castle, the air feels extra cool against your damp clothes, crisp and refreshing. You breathe deeply, letting the chill settle comfortably across your skin, waking you up just enough to continue drifting. You walk toward the star door now, the one upstairs, the one you've been pacing toward since the dream began. The large golden star engraved on it glows faintly as you approach. You push the door open. Another door waits inside, flat, painted. A simple trick. You push this one too, and the world ahead slopes away. The carpet under your boots begins to tilt, just slightly, but enough for your balance to shift forward. Your breath catches not from fear, but from the strange sensation of drifting, slipping, falling without falling. The hallway stretches ahead, but the ground keeps sliding beneath your feet. You slide forward, faster and faster, the walls elongating into a blur, the soft whoosh of movement filling your ears. The air splits open. You land in the first Bowser stage, but it doesn't feel hostile. It feels like a stage built inside a dream. Geometric platforms rise and fall around you like slow, floating thoughts. Lava glows gently below, not dangerous, just warm, like a flickering nightlight. Flames dance along the edges of the paths with choreography instead of threat. You step onto the first platform, and it glides forward like a raft on a gentle river. The air is warm, swirling gently around your body as though guiding you onward. You hop across moving blocks, slow, easy jumps that feel more like floating than leaping. Each platform waits for you, sliding into place just in time, carrying you from one moment of drifting awareness to the next. You climb a sloped bridge where fire wheels rotate lazily, their flames tracing soft circles of warm light. You pass between them with ease, the air brushing your gloves like a quiet congratulation. Every part of the level feels familiar, but distant, like remembering a childhood field trip you can't quite fully recall. The details blur around the edges, but the feeling remains clear. You reach a large, tilting seesaw platform. The moment your boots land on it, the wood dips gently, responding to your weight. You walk forward, and it lifts you perfectly to the next ledge. Everything is cooperating. Everything is calibrated to move at the speed of a dream. You reach the final stretch, a bridge arching upward into soft, warm mist. Your breathing slows, your body loosens. The air feels thicker, not heavy, but comforting. At the end is the pipe. You jump in. The world stutters, a soft lurch, then opens. Bowser waits on the platform, surrounded by flickering torches. But he's different here. Still large, still imposing, but softened by the dream's gentle glow. His roar carries no threat, just presence. You circle him slowly, boots tapping across stone with rhythmic calm. You grab his tail and feel the texture beneath your gloves, rough, real, grounded. You turn, once, twice, 3 times, the world becoming a slow, controlled spin of warm colors. You release. He lands, not violently, like a heavy door closing softly. His growl is low, fading, tired, not defeated, just done. He leaves a key behind, golden, warm, vibrating faintly with gentle approval. You pick it up, and the world folds you back into the castle. The air is cooler now, quieter, as if the castle knows you've reached a natural stopping point, as if it's tucking the memory away for you to revisit another night. You stand in the grand hall, breathing softly, the key warm in your palm. You turn toward the basement stairs, but you don't descend. Not yet. The dream pauses here, holding its breath, waiting for the next chapter. Your eyes grow heavy, your mind drifts. The castle lights dim into soft, warm patches of color, and the world settles. Your breathing slows, softer now, deeper now, settling into the rhythm of the castle's quiet air. It feels like the whole building inhales with you, then exhales in long, gentle waves. The light from the stained glass window glows faintly across the floor, no longer bright, more like the afterglow of a long day, softening every edge, rounding every shadow. Your steps echo less sharply now. They drift, they dissolve. They fold into the quiet, like warm footprints sinking into thick carpet. You stand in the grand hall for a moment, still holding the key Bowser left behind. It's solid in your glove, but it also feels like it's made of a memory warm, faintly humming, as though pulsing with slow, heartbeat-like vibrations. You lift it slightly, letting the dim light catch on its golden surface. It doesn't shine, it glows. You realize you haven't truly been you for a while now, but you're not fully Mario either. You're something between, drifting peacefully in a dream that blends identity into a soft, comforting haze. You feel small like him, light like him, but your awareness floats above your body, around your body, through the castle like low fog. Your feet begin moving without instruction. The castle guides you, nudging you down the red-carpeted stairs toward the main hall. Not toward the basement, not yet, but toward a quieter corner of the castle. One door rests slightly ajar, glowing gently from within. It's a room you visited before without ever quite remembering it. A space that feels tucked away from the main castle, like a secret lounge where childhood memories sleep. You push the door gently with your glove. The hinges give without resistance, opening to a small corner room lit only by warm, golden torchlight. The ceiling arches low, creating a cozy, protected feeling, and the walls curve inward like a gentle hug. There's nothing here but quiet and warmth. You step inside, not to find anything, but simply to rest your awareness for a moment. The torch beside you flickers softly, its flames slow, heavy, as though moving through thick air. The warmth reaches your cheeks, then your chest, then your hands, melting away the last hints of tension in your fingers. You stand there for a long moment, simply existing, letting the castle's warmth settle behind your eyelids, letting your body breathe in the slow, dreamlike rhythm the world is offering. You leave the room calmly, moving with the gentle body weight sway of someone half asleep and fully safe. Back in the grand hall, the stained glass seems dimmer, like the sun outside has begun to set, leaving only the memory of its brightness behind. Colours pool across the floor in faint splashes now, muted but comforting. You cross them slowly, each step dissolving the colours beneath your boots like stepping into warm puddles of light. Your feet carry you up the centre staircase now. Not quickly, not eagerly, just naturally, like a river following its path. At the landing, you turn toward the tall wooden door with the star engraved at its centre. The star itself glows faintly, as though sensing the key you carry. You hold the key forward, and the lock doesn't click. It melts open with a soft sigh, the door swinging gently inward. You step through. The room beyond is quiet and dim, lit only by weak golden reflections on tiled floors. The air feels heavier here, like it's holding its breath with you. At the far end of the room stands a familiar painting, a vast underwater landscape framed in deep blue, rippled with gentle, shimmering light. The colours shift subtly, like watching sunlight through a pool's surface. Dire docks. You walk toward it slowly, the sound of your footsteps muffled into a low hum. The castle behind you dims further, fading into the distance like a fading dream within a dream. You reach out with your gloved hand and brush the surface of the painting. The world blurs. Water wraps around you instantly, warm and drifting, heavier than air, but soft as silk. You don't flinch. The temperature feels like stepping into a perfectly drawn bath. You float upward slightly, your cap drifting just above your head. Tiny bubbles drift past your cheeks and eyelids like falling snow. You paddle forward, slow and calm. Push, float, glide. Your movement stirs gentle ripples that shimmer with gold and blue. Long underwater tunnels stretch ahead, the walls glowing faintly like bioluminescent veins in a sleeping creature. The current underneath your body pulls you forward in slow, deliberate drifts, guiding rather than pushing. You pass columns of rope that sway like kelp in a distant current. A manta ray drifts by silently, leaving rings of water floating in its wake, soft, perfect circles that dissolve as your hand passes through them. Schools of fish wander lazily around you, unafraid, moving with the rhythm of your gliding breath. The water becomes even warmer as you enter the wide open cavern. Shafts of light from the surface dance across the sand in soft kaleidoscope patterns. The submarine rests quietly in the distance, not foreboding, just an old machine dreaming in the deep. You swim toward it, your body completely relaxed, each motion whisper slow. You reach the wooden platform, climb gently, stand on warm planks that give slightly beneath your weight. The star that appears hovers slowly toward you. Its glow illuminates the cavern like a sun behind fog. Soft, pleasant, sleepy. When you touch it, the warmth of it melts into your chest, soaking deeper into your breathing, wrapping your mind in even more softness. The dream folds gently. You land back in the star room, water no longer clinging to your clothes, yet you still feel the warmth of it on your skin. The castle is quieter now. Still, you hear nothing but your own breath and the faint hum of distant torches. Everything feels like it's settling into place. Your steps are slower now, heavier in a comforting way. The air feels thick in your lungs, but pleasant, like breathing through warm cotton. The castle seems to sway very gently around you, not drifting off balance, but rocking like a cradle. You make your way back to the star door, key still warm in your palm, and descend the stairs into the grand hall. But instead of the bright stained glass pools of colour, the room now feels dimmer, more muted. The castle is preparing you for the next dream layer, the next quiet shift deeper into sleep. You walk slowly toward the back of the hall, where a long staircase leads upward. Your feet feel heavier the higher you climb. Every step wafts warm air up your legs. The carpet thickens under you like plush velvet. The torches along the walls flicker in slow motion. You reach the top. The star door to the first Bowser level rests quietly before you, huge, wooden, carved, and glowing like a calm guardian. You touch it gently, and the door opens to reveal the angled hallway behind it. Carpet stretches upward, steep and dark, illuminated by nothing but faint ceiling lights. You step forward. The incline grows sharper under your boots. Your breathing deepens. The air begins to grow warm around you. You feel the castle tilting into the dream. Your movement becomes a slide, slow at first, then faster, until your boots are skimming across the carpeted slope. The air whooshes softly past your ears. The hallway blurs at the edges, turning the world into warm streaks of gold and brown. Then the ground disappears beneath you. You land gently on the platform at the start of Bowser in the dark world. It feels quieter than last time, more intimate, less like a level, more like a memory being replayed softly. Platforms float around you at lazy, drifting angles. Lava glows beneath you like a warm furnace, its ripples moving slowly, like thick, liquid honey. The music isn't threatening, more of a low hum that vibrates through your torso. You step forward onto the first platform. It lifts you, warm as a heated blanket, carrying you across glowing gaps. Fire wheels turn slow arcs of orange light. Blocks rise beneath your feet at the perfect moment. Staircases assemble themselves like dream architecture, thoughtful and precise. Every jump feels effortless, every landing soft, every movement predetermined by a world that knows exactly what you need. When you reach the final ascent, the air grows warmer, not hot, but like the heat of a desert sunset fading into night. You move upward into the soft glow, body weightless, breath smooth. The pipe waits. You jump in. The world pauses, a gentle pulse, and opens. Bowser stands before you. His presence fills the arena, but not with fear. His edges are softer, his colors warmer, his roar muted into a deep, slow vibration, like a giant stretching after a long sleep. You move around him in slow circles. Your gloves brush his tail, feeling its roughness with dreamlike clarity. You grip. You spin. The world swirls in a soft blur of torchlight and motion. You let go. The explosion is muted, cushioned, wrapped in warmth. His voice softens. He fades. You feel no triumph, just gentle closure, like finishing the final chapter of a familiar book. The key he leaves behind glows warmly in your palm. When the dream pulls you back into the castle, the grand hall is dim, quiet. Still, your feet carry you toward the basement stairs, but you stop at the top step. The dream pauses here. It waits. It breathes. You turn back toward the warm pools of fading light across the floor. Your body grows heavy. Your eyelids grow warm. The castle quiets itself into perfect stillness. The world softens. Your breathing deepens. The dream holds you. Everything fades into warm, endless calm.